Reefers, Darren here. We are going on holiday, so I thought I'd squeeze in one last update before we left. We're going to Bali. We're going to recap Mega Reefzilla. Haven't done an update in a while. It's been since about August before reef stock. A lot has happened, but the tank is going better than ever. Can't be happier with it. So now I'll take you through some of the changes we've done for the tank and show you actually how it is going. So first of all, just before reef stock, we started putting in a couple of extra rocks to the aquascape just to open it out a bit, because I realized that we had a space for SPS up the top of the aquascape, but a lot of it was very small columns. There was very little real estate actually to put SPS on. So we went through and added a few extra rocks. One was from the sump, so it was a nice big chunky one. And then a few extra pieces that we had left over from the Reefer 250 aquascape. The one thing I hate about adding new rocks is how ugly they look for the first couple of months. Bright white first of all, then they go brown and algae covered. Finally now, after 4 months, we've got a little bit of coralline algae starting to happen, which is really nice. It means that the tank is mature and the rocks that we put in are mature. We have put a few SPS frags on there already, and I can see already how much extra real estate we're going to have, but we'll show you a bit more on that later. Besides the rocks, obviously we've got some new coral. Now, the coral we got was mainly from reef stock. We got about 12 frags from reef stock. We've had a few more frags since then as well. Just adding a few more corals here and there. And the good thing is I don't think anything we've added since August has actually died. We've had a couple that, getting used to the tank have declined a bit, but they've picked up once they got used to the parameters in the tank. So that's good news. I think, as I said, it's the first time since we've started that out of a batch of coral that we haven't really lost anything. And I think that really shows how well our new philosophy of doing the tank is working. We're going nice and slow and steady, and it seems to be working. I think when we were new reef keepers, we fell into the trap of replacing coral as soon as it died, or as coral was on the way out, we put a few more frags in, and it was a constant cycle of just replenishing what we'd lost, basically. And that was mainly because at that time we were living really close to our LFS. It was like a 5-minute walk. I'd get off the train from work, wander into the LFS, and then continue on walking home. And it was really easy to replenish our coral supply. This is our tank in 2018 at the height of our coral buying obsession. Yeah, it looks healthy. That's because most of the corals are brand new in the tank. And I can tell you now, the tank was not healthy at all. Looks are deceiving. Living an hour and a half away from our LFS has made a big difference. We're not in that sort of conundrum anymore. We're not just replacing coral, and the tank is happier for it. I think the biggest thing that new reefers do is just replace what they've lost straight away. I think we've come to the realization that if you just let everything settle between restocking, you get a better idea of what the tank is doing, how the tank is doing, and you're not just constantly swapping out dead pieces for fresh pieces. You save a lot of money that way. Who knew patience was the key all this time? I think it's a very easy trap to fall into, especially when beginners are told to keep LPS because LPS are easier. I believe that LPS and SPS have the same sort of conditions for water, same demands. If you keep LPS in the same conditions as SPS, they're going to actually do a lot better and they're actually going to grow. I think there's a myth around saying that LPS do better in dirty water. I think it's more the fact that LPS don't show stress as quickly and take a lot longer to die than SPS. SPS can go like that overnight, as people know. LPS take a lot longer, and I think that just lulls you into a false sense of security as a newbie, as a new reefer, and I think it's a little bit dangerous. But now that we've actually matured as reefers, I think our tank has matured as well, and we've got out of that cycle. So that's a win for us, I think. As you may know, at the start of the year, we lost a few fish. We lost our black tang, our white cheek tang blackadder. That was a big blow. We also lost dory as well. We have restocked a bit. So we went through, first of all, we got some friends for our chromas. We got some Vanderbilt chromas. So they're really cool. At the moment, they're probably about half the size, a quarter of the size of the main 5 blue-green chromas. They're really cute. It's fun to have some nice small fish in the tank, just to get that variation in size. These ones are little purple guys with some yellow stripes on them. Very cute. Looking forward to seeing them grow up. I have a feeling I want to get some other type of chromas as well and have a mixture of like 15 of 3 different types of chromas. But let's see. We also added 2 other fish. We have had a bit of an algae outbreak since obviously losing 2 tangs. So we've got our bristle-toothed tang. He's really cute. His name is Kif. And then we got Roger the rabbitfish. We had a double bar rabbitfish in our original tank. Roger is a pleasure. He's very small compared to the one we did have. They've been doing a great job of cleaning up. They're both non-stop algae eaters. They just pick all the time, which is great to see. And they've been a great addition to the fish crew. They're joined in and are happy as a community. And it's nice to see some algae disappearing after our algae outbreak. Now you may ask, why did we have an algae outbreak? So, when we put the reef mat on the tank, we had a lot of detritus in the sump. It's probably something we should have vacuumed out. We should have been keeping on top of it, but I blew a lot of it out when we installed the reef mat and went straight up into the main tank. It is getting better, especially since we put on more flow with the Ecotech L2. That has made a big difference, but also on the downside, that means everything that was down in the sump that was blown into the top is now going into the reef mat. We're still using about 1.5 meters a day, which is a lot, but it is going down. I think probably between the reef mat and the extra flow has really added a lot to the tank. I think we've always sort of underpowered our flow. This L2 pump is a beast. Like seriously, like I couldn't believe how powerful it was when it started up the first time, and for it to be doing 2 tanks on like about 65-70%, like really recommend it as a flow pump. We've always had issues with nitrates and phosphates. Getting rid of the sand bed was the first big step in that. We've had lower nitrates since then. The reef mat has just smashed them. The filter socks never were changed enough. The filter socks were constantly dirty. They never came white after cleaning them. So I think that's where a lot of our nitrates were building up, and then having a dirty sump didn't help either. So all those 3 things are in the course of being rectified, and I can't wait to see where the tank goes with those 3 things locked into place and solved in the future. But just to prove this, let's go through the tank and the corals, and I'll show you some footage of corals from the start of the year and how much growth we've had in about 8-9 months since then. And yeah, you'll agree with me that we're doing something right. Hope you've enjoyed that look around the tank. As you can see, we're happy with the tank, and we've got good reason to. Like, I know we've been saying this since we've had Mega Reef Sealer, but we really feel like reef keepers now. I really, really love our tank. And ever since Reef Stock, I've got my enthusiasm back and just want to make it the best tank we can. And hopefully we can take you along for the ride. Anyway, if you've enjoyed today's video, like, comment and subscribe. Like, comment and subscribe, like, comment and subscribe. And as always, be excellent to each other and keep it salty, everyone. Bye for now.